Wednesday Addams. Despite being only 13, the little girl barely shows any emotions and has a weird obsession with death. She is also infamous for wearing black and white gothic clothing, which everyone finds strange. In the first scene, Wednesday arrives at her high school with a creepy look on her face. Inside her locker, she finds her brother Pugsley bound with an apple in his mouth. As she shoves him out, suddenly, Wednesday has a vision wherein she sees who tortured her brother. Here, we get to know that she is not a normal child. Wednesday has the ability to see someone's past as well as their future just by touching them. Once she finds out that a group of bullies from the swim team are behind this, she walks into the swimming room with 2 bags full of piranhas. Then she casually unleashes the bloodthirsty piranhas in the pool. As the bullies swim for their lives in horror, Wednesday makes it clear that nobody picks on her brother except her. Cut to the next scene. We are introduced to Wednesday's parents, Morticia and Gomez. The two are fed up with their daughter's shenanigans and have decided to send her to the prestigious Nevermore Academy. It turns out that all students in this academy have supernatural abilities, and they are taught lessons on how to control them. Morticia and Gomez are also alumni of the same academy, which indicates that they too have superpowers. Meanwhile, a hiker embarks on a solo journey through the woods near the Nevermore Academy. Unfortunately, after just a few minutes, an unknown creature attacks him and finishes him off. The local sheriff finds the mutilated body later and begins surveying the area. Surprisingly, we learn that this grisly murder isn't the first of its kind. There have been numerous similar incidents as of late. Next, Wednesday arrives at the academy and meets Principal Larissa Weems, who seamlessly runs Nevermore. She introduces her to her roommate Enid, a werewolf, who's the polar opposite of Wednesday in every way imaginable. Enid is a down-to-earth girl with vibrantly colored decorations on her side of the room, while Wednesday loves all things black and goth. Later, Enid gives Wednesday a grand tour of the academy while pointing out the main school groups: Fangs, Furs, Stoners, and Scales. Fangs are vampires, Furs are werewolves, Stoners are potheads, gorgons with snakes on their heads, and Scales are sirens who have the ability to manipulate people. Enid also shows her the most popular girl in school, Bianca Barclay, a gorgeous siren, and her ex-boyfriend Xavier Thorpe, a death artist who can transform his drawings into reality. Meanwhile, as the Addams family departs in their car, Gomez releases Thing, a chopped-off living hand. Thing is tasked with keeping watch over their daughter. The following day, Wednesday joins fencing class, where she is pitted against the impressive Bianca. After a bit of back and forth, the girls end up with equal points, so they decide to remove their masks and fight until someone draws blood first. Soon enough, a brutal battle erupts, with both of them matching each other stride for stride. However, at the end, Bianca ultimately emerges victorious when she slashes a small cut on Wednesday's cheek. Later, as Wednesday exits the infirmary after getting patched up, she is almost crushed to death by a falling stone gargoyle. Luckily, the death artist, Xavier, arrives just in time and pushes her out of the way. Shortly after, Wednesday returns to her room, but she suspects that someone is watching her. Hence, she searches the room and eventually finds the hand, Thing. Realizing that it's her parents' doing, Wednesday threatens the hand to be loyal to her, or else she will lock him up in a drawer. Terrified, Thing vows to be faithful. Due to Wednesday's piranha prank, she has to take mandatory therapy sessions. So, Principal Larissa drives her to her therapy session in Jericho, a small town outside of Nevermore. She meets her therapist, but doesn't open up about anything. Instead, Wednesday has another idea in mind. She excuses herself to the restroom and escapes through the window. Once outside, she accidentally stumbles into a man. Suddenly, she sees a vision where she witnesses the man's death. Terrified, Wednesday goes to a nearby coffee shop. There, she encounters the sheriff's son, Tyler, who's also a barista. Tyler's experiencing some mechanical difficulties with his espresso machine. The directions are